Hey, what's going on, dudes? My name is John and welcome to Film Dorks. Okay, I want to start off by apologizing that both of my last two videos were both superhero based. They're kind of popular, I can't help it. Okay, so what's the biggest movie out right now? I'll talk about that instead.
Scott, this is your chance to become the hero. I need you to be the Ant-Man.
I think our first move should be calling the Avengers.
Okay, what's the biggest movie out right now that isn't Ant-Man?
Oh, hello, papagena. Tu le bella con la papaya.
Okay, yeah, it's official. I'm really sick of those loud, annoying, sentient pieces of corn. When the animated comedy Despicable Me, starring Steve Carell and Miranda Cosgrove, came out in 2010, people around the world fell in love with these little yellow creatures called minions. The minions worked for Steve Carell's character Felanius Gru, and frequently engaged in gibberish-fueled conversations and cartoonish slapstick. And people went nuts about them. After the sequel was released, we began hearing more talk of a prequel focusing exclusively on the little golden marshmallows and how they came to be. Critical reviews have been mixed, with 55% on Rotten Tomatoes. How did this happen? Weren't the minions considered like the best parts of the last two movies? Well, I think a lot of people have caught on of how unoriginal the minions really are. When I first saw the first movie, I was shocked at how many people said they've never seen anything like them before. I've seen armies of annoying, short, screaming cartoon characters countless times in everything from the Raving Rabbids games to even the Toy Story trilogy, when you really think about it. The prequel barely had a leg to stand on anyway, with no Steve Carell, no Miranda Cosgrove, and no cute little girls who voice Agnes and Edith. Swapping those celebrities out for Sandra Bullock and Michael Keaton, I think Mr. Sunday on Tomorrowland sums it up pretty nicely.
Like Tomorrowland, all people were given is what looks like a kid's movie, maybe? Some kind of future world or something, and every child's favorite actor, George Clooney. Now, I like and know who George Clooney is, but do you know who doesn't know who George Clooney is? Every kid ever. The premise of Tomorrowland was too vague for adults. Plus, they fill the movie with people that kids don't care about. So that's pretty much every single audience member completely ruled out.
Yeah, kids don't give a crap about those guys, and the writers know it, so the star of the movie all throughout is Kevin Stewart and Bob.
Mi bella is...
So, why doesn't this work? Well, look at Monsters, Inc., for example. Great movie. Imagine if the entire runtime was Mike Wazowski screaming and an occasional pop culture reference.
Well, I think of a plan! When Harry met Sully!
Star Wars.
Let go.
Hello, Wazowski.
Dirty Harry! Yeah! The Sound of Music!
Yeah, not as good a movie as it was. Give some depth and character development, and you got a good movie. Just keep the screaming to a relative minimum. The first two Despicable Me movies did exactly that, developing Gru and the kid characters, with screaming and goofiness from the minions kept to a relative minimum. Meanwhile, the Minions movie does not do this. It focuses almost exclusively on the minions, and it only gets more and more obnoxious the more I think about it. And while I and many others are sick to death of the obnoxious screaming Twinkies, I know plenty of people who aren't even close to tired of them. It really is a matter of opinion and taste in comedy. I find Adam Sandler to be the scrotum of good comedy, but I can name 5 people off the top of my head who thinks he's hilarious.
Are you going bald? Huh? No, you're getting fatter, and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face. Okay.
I think the Nostalgia Critic is a self-absorbed asshat, but plenty of people watch his videos.
Push it all looks like I got me.
I think Sam & Max is the funniest game series ever made, but I'm sure people will disagree with that.
This election reminds me of a droll story. It seems Chester A. Arthur and the Pope were kayaking down the Amazon one day. Suddenly, a tiny kangaroo fish swims up the Pope's and lodges itself in his. Arthur grabs the Pope's pliers and swelled up like a melon. And the Pope says, thanks! Last time that happened, McKinley wanted to... No, wait. I think I told it wrong.
This joke in Wallace and Gromit, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit, is my favorite joke of all time. You might not even find it funny.
If you ask me, you know, I'll tell you. If you ask me, this was arson.
Awesome.
Aye, someone arsing around. That's right. One of you lot.
If you like the Minions and still find them funny, all the power to you. But even you have to admit, there isn't much else you can do with these things at this point. They've stretched across 3 movies and won't stay out of commercials and McDonald's drive-thrus. Wait, what? Okay, there's only so much you can do with them, and now that they're popular, the rip-offs of the rip-offs are beginning. Just look at the Lorax, another movie from Illumination Entertainment. The brown Barbaloots are very clearly rip-offs of the cuteness of the Minions, while the humming fish clearly take on the annoyance factor. It's pretty clear where they got the inspiration from, even though, again, the inspiration came from somewhere else. Even the rabbits are kind of ripping off Minions formulas now that they have their own TV show on Nickelodeon. There's a very strict time limit as to how long an army of Pac-Man colored Tic Tacs can be found funny in a comedy setting, and it looks like time is running out for the Despicable Me Tic Tacs if the critics have anything to say about it. Let me know what you dudes think in the comments below about the Minions, and what topics I should cover next time. Thank you for watching, fellow film dorks. Have a nice day. Take care.